Do you, Ted, take Lily, to have and to hold, to love and to cherish, through sickness and in health, till death do you part?
I do.
Do you, Lily, take Ted, to have and to hold, to love and to cherish, through sickness and in health, till death do you part?
No, she does not.
What are you doing here?
I've come for Lily.
Oh, for my dead body. If you don't get out of here right this minute, I'm going to call security. I'll have you thrown off the property.
Gina, I think Рэйф can find his way out.
I'm not leaving.
I think I better handle this.
Maybe it's better not to interfere.
I mean it, Рэйf. You're trespassing on private property. If you don't leave, I'll call the police.
Gina, you're only gonna make matters worse. Let's sit down and let the kids work it out. Come
He's got to ruin everything.
What should I do? It's up to you. What do you want to do?
Pardon me, would you like me to continue the service?
No. No, the wedding is off.
Hey, that is not your decision to make.
Рэйф? Why are you doing this?
Because I had to, Lily. I told myself to stay away. I told myself that this was wrong. Not as wrong as what you're about to do. Do not repeat my mistake, Lily.
What mistake?
I married the wrong girl.
Рэйф, don't do this.
Lily, please. Just hear me out. I just want you to listen to me. It is not too late. My case is very simple. Lily? Lily, I love you.
Okay, all right. You get your mouth off of her and you get the hell out of here.
I'm not afraid of you, Ted. My love for her makes me stronger than you are.
I love her too.
It's not the same. You couldn't begin to touch what we have.
Now you look again. I'm already there.
Hey, can somebody stop them? Stop them!
Get the hell out of here,
guys.
Come on.
That's enough. That's enough. Come on. Come on. That's enough. Damn it.
This isn't gonna settle anything.
He's right.
Stay away from her. I'll do anything. I'll fight for her if I have to. Lily. Lily, you are my life.
I've had enough of this. You get out of here.
This is where we came in.
That's it. It's where the hell he gets the...
Stop it, Ted! Both of you, just shut up right now. What do you think this is? Huh? Some sort of macho competition and I'm the consolation prize?
All right.
While the two of you are busy duking it out to decide who gets me, don't you think I might have some say in the matter?
You're right.
Lily, it's ultimately your decision.
Oh, that's very big of you.
Okay, so what are you gonna do about this?
I'd like a minute alone with Рэйф, please.
There goes the bride.
Come on. Sit down right here. I'm going to call the doctor.
No, don't call the doctor. There's so much going on out there. I don't want to add to it.
Well, at least go upstairs and lie down.
I don't want to lie down. I'm all right. I'll just be fine. Just get me a glass of water. What's wrong?
Kelly, your mother's very sick.
Oh, my God.
She's hemorrhaging. Now, where's the phone?
It's just a stomach flu. I'll be all right.
Stomach flu. We're going to take you to the hospital.
Get your hands off of her.
Excuse me?
I said get your hands off of my mother.
Sweetheart.
Mom! McCabe, help me get away from her.
I got this one into shock. Somebody do something quick. Yeah. Put her head back. Put her head back.
Oh, you'll be okay. You'll be okay, Mom. I won't let Ken hurt you anymore.
Hurt her? What are you talking about?
You did this to her.
Did what? She's sick.
Is that what you call it when you poison somebody?
Poison somebody?
That's right. Don't try and deny it to me.
I'm not denying anything because I didn't do anything. All I want for her is to get well.
I'm not kidding you! I'll do anything to protect my mother. I will use this, so just back off!
I'll say one thing for you. You certainly know how to make an entrance.
Well, I would have been here
Wait!
much sooner.
I'm sorry, but before we go any further, I think we need to set some ground rules here. You stay on that side of the room. I can't think clearly when you're too close to me.
Is that so bad?
Ray, please.
All right, Lily. We'll do this your way. This okay? Okay. I was about to say that I would have been here sooner. Days ago. Weeks ago. If I'd known then what I know now.
Which is?
I realized something when I woke up this morning. And I read the paper and I saw the announcement of you and Ted. I thought if I let you slip away from my life, that the arms that used to hold you would be empty for the rest of my life. And that no one in the world can take your place there, Lily. Anywhere.
That's a pretty speech. Has Lisa heard it?
Lisa doesn't know that I'm here. I didn't even know what I was going to do until I walked into the front door and I saw you and Ted standing there. By then, I had no choice. There was no turning back. I had to tell you how I feel.
I'm listening.
Lily. Lily, my marriage is a farce. The vows that I made to Lisa don't mean a thing. They don't mean anything because I already made those promises to you. Remember that night on the beach? Do you remember?
I remember.
You see, that night, you became my wife. In body, in spirit. The world stopped spinning. Time ceased to exist. The only thing that was real was me. With you.
The world doesn't stop spinning for people like us, Ray. The sun doesn't rise and set on our emotions. The morning dawned. On your wedding day. And Lisa was your bride-to-be, not me.
Lily, she was pregnant. She was pregnant with my baby. And I did what I thought at the time was honorable. But I dishonored you at the same time by doing that. And the promise that I made to you. Lily, my heart doesn't beat because it's the honorable thing. My heart beats because of you. And I know that yours beats the same. Now, you listen. You listen. I want you to listen. Listen.
I don't hear anything. I guess that's good.
How do you figure?
Well, maybe they don't have anything to say to each other. Maybe it's not so good. Maybe they're using body language.
Well, in that case, maybe they could use a little more privacy. Huh?
Well, I know what are we gonna do. And what a spot to be in. Do we tell the minister, hey, go home, the wedding's been called off, or what?
Well, we don't know that for sure.
I can tell you one thing I know for sure. I'm awfully glad those 400 invitations didn't go out.
The Lord works in mysterious ways, my darling.
What do you think? Will Lily really call off the wedding on account of that no-account Рэйф?
You know what I think? I think that daughter of yours has a great head on her shoulders. And whatever decision she comes to, it'll be the right one for her. That's what I think.
Tell you something, son. I'm sorry it happened, but maybe it's for the best.
What do you mean by that?
What happens if Рэйф had raced in after the ceremony to make his declaration to Lili? You'd be wondering the rest of your life what her answer would be, unbiased by the ring on her finger. This way you find out before anything irrevocable happens.
Well, the irrevocable has already happened. But not yet, not with this, at least.
Where's your mother?
I saw Ken walk Sophia out to the kitchen. She didn't look very well.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry, Ted. Really, I'm truly sorry.
You know, to tell you the truth, I thought that Рэйf would be the last person I'd see running through that door today.
Well, you dared me to stop the ceremony.
Yeah.
It took an awful lot of guts to do what he did.
Well, looks like there'll be no wedding. Guess you got me where you want me. Footloose and fancy-free.
Footloose, maybe. I don't think you'll ever be free. Lili is a fool if she doesn't choose you. Any more of us will have to take out a charter. So what do you make of all this?
Angela is like an undertaker with an unerring nose for disaster at the door. Always at the ready with a tape measure and a sample casket. I don't envy Ted if he rebounds into her court.
I don't envy Lily. I know what it's like for someone to come back from your past and stake his claims straight through your heart.
Is there a deep, dark stranger in your past whom I know nothing about?
He's dark, but not very deep. It's you. My God, you're thick. We're so lucky that we love each other. I'm worried about Gracie.
Julia, pick a topic and stick to it.
Do you think we did the right thing by shipping her off to Alabama?
No good worrying about it now. She's probably halfway home. Hank?
Oh, Lordy, it feels like a knife is running through me.
Just try to relax.
Oh, right. When a man starts birthing an 8-pound bowling ball, then I'll relax. Oh, here comes another one.
I'm going to call an ambulance to take you to the hospital.
I can't go to the hospital. I have to catch a flight.
Look, miss, you have two choices. A, you can have your baby on the plane delivered by a flight attendant in between coach and first class. Or B, you can have it ushered into a safe, sterile environment by someone who knows the difference between a cesarean and a cocktail nut. It's up to you.
Oh, yeah, you forgot. See, having it right here at the gate. Call the ambulance. Oh! Man, you gotta love him.
The hell is going on?
That's what I'd like to know.
Shut your mouth, Kelly. What is going on?
Mommy's unconscious, Dad.
Listen, Cece, we don't have time to wait. Her respiration is starting to fail.
Let me get the car.
I'll take her to the hospital. She's my wife.
She's your victim, and I don't want you near my mother.
Listen, Ken is right. He should be there in case the doctor needs to ask him questions.
You can't be serious.
Listen, Ken and Sophia can ride with you and your father. Now, I will meet you there later.
This one person's making some sense around here.
Listen to me. We're watching you like a hawk. She gets any worse than this, you're a dead man.
Excuse me. Call me sentimental, but it's times like this that I think a girl needs her mother. So, Рэйф, if you don't mind.
I'll wait outside. Lily, whatever your decision, I want you to know I will never stop loving you. Ever. Excuse me.
Keep away from the buffets for the guests.
Or the groom.
Have we picked a groom? It would be nice. Call me old-fashioned, but I always like to go to a wedding where there's a bride and a groom.
Go ahead, Mom. Get it all out.
I'm finished. I don't want to make this any more difficult for you than it already is. I know what a pickle you've got yourself in.
You do?
Of course I do. Remember when I was going through it with Lionel and Cece and I couldn't figure out which one of them to marry?
Well, that's not the way I remember it, Mom. The way I remember it was...
Never mind. The point is, I've been in similar situations.
Now here's where you tell me to throw Рэйф out on his ear and marry Ted.
It's not that simple, is it? Don't look at me like you don't think I understand. I know a little something about love, Lily. I've been married 5 times. I'll tell you what that little something is. Follow your heart.
That's it?
That's everything.
Mom, what do I do if my heart speaks with a forked tongue? 1 minute it's telling me your future's with Ted. The next minute it's saying, there's Рэйф. He wants you. Go for it. The maddening truth here is that I love them both.
Maybe you do. But somewhere inside your heart, there's a deep, dark, quiet place that won't lie to you. And tell me, which one of them makes you listen for his car to pull into the drive? Which one of them makes you so angry sometimes you want to strangle him, and the next minute you fall down on your knees and thank God he came along? Which one of them sees you for who you really are, Lily? Warts and all. Makes you feel as if the warts don't exist. In 10, 20, 30 years, when you roll over in the morning and you look into his face, whose face, whose touch, whose love will jumpstart your heart and your day? That's what a husband is. That's the one you should marry.
You got some nerve showing your face around here.
Ted, for what it's worth, if I was in your shoes, I'd know exactly how I'd feel. Mr. Lockridge, would you please tell Lily I'll be waiting for her outside?
Yeah, I'll pass it along.
Well, I guess that's that. Somebody roll up the room. There won't be a wedding here today.
Excuse me, but I do have another wedding late this afternoon.
If you don't mind, until the official word is out, do you mind hanging around a little while longer?
No, it would save some time if I could have some lunch here.
Sure, there's a buffet. Help yourself.
Thank you.
That was a lucky day when you married me.
Point of order. I married you first, you married me second.
What's the difference?
Well, theoretically, none. I make up for it on a technicality. Like it's your turn to dip my chip.
Things I do for love. All right, honey. Hello? Speaking. What hospital? Thank you.
Who's sick now?
Gracie is in the maternity ward at the hospital. Apparently she's just gone into labor.
Baby's not due for another month.
Nobody told Chester.
Well, nobody's gonna miss us here. Let's go.
Where?
To the hospital.
The last place I want to be right now is pacing up and down outside the maternity ward, waiting for Gracie to have her baby.
Well, theoretically, there's no reason for you to go. However, if
I'll
you
get
wanna-
your coat.
Thank you. Good. That's great. Good.
Ted, Lily wants to speak to you in the study.
So, how does it look?
I just told Lily what I'd do if I was in a similar situation.
Oh, boy. We could be in trouble.
Daddy, look how pale she is. Do you think...
Tony, Don't you say it. Don't you say that at all. She's going to be fine.
Cece, Kelly, Mr. Mathis?
What's the word, Doctor?
Well, I'll know more when we get the results from the lab tests. Right now, we are not sure what's causing her condition.
Could she have been poisoned?
Poisoned? What are you talking about? That's insane. She's not allergic to anything. She hasn't eaten any shellfish or anything like that.
Doctor, test for strychnine poisoning.
Strychnine? That's absurd. How could Sophia come in contact with strychnine?
They use it to kill rats. You know any rats, Ken?
Look, I don't know what you're trying to prove that I
Don't
did, but
play
I'm sick
this
of your
innocent
attitude.
routine with me. You did this to my mother,
I didn't do
and you
anything
know
to your
it.
mother. I wouldn't do anything to hurt Sophia. You've gone too far.
What is
Clear
that?
the room, everyone!
What's going
Clear
on?
the room! Nurse!
Kelly.
Give me 5 milligrams IV Valium. Stat! She's having a seizure. She's stabilized for now. But I won't have you, any of you, disturbing her. This is a very critical time.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Kelly, that was a heavy accusation you made just now.
Test for strychnine. You'll see that I'm telling the truth.
Doctor.
All right. Speed it through myself.
Thank you.
Look, I think we're all just a little bit upset here. But I want you to know that Sophia means everything to me.
I'm sure her bank balance holds a special place in your heart.
Give it a rest, Cece. I can only take so much from
And how
you.
much is my mother supposed to take from you? Until she ends up like your other 2 wives, Ken?
My 2 previous wives died of natural causes.
You call it natural that 2 healthy young women both die from a heart attack? That's quite a coincidence, don't you think? I think the police probably think it's really a coincidence.
You don't know what you're talking
I've
about.
got proof. Because McCabe and I went to Texas, we went to Chicago. We wanted to have autopsies done on both of your wives, but one had been cremated. The other one had not. We had the body exhumed, and the autopsy proved conclusively that she died from strychnine poisoning.
Are you telling me that Valerie was murdered?
I'll tell you what she's telling you. She's telling you you murdered her. Just like you murdered the other woman who had the misfortune to take your name. But I'm not going to let Sophia go the same way they did. I will kill you first. I promise you.
Maybe something less obvious. In here.
Well, liquor's too chancy. People coming over for the holidays.
Exhale now. Breathe. Breathe.
Gracie, are you all right? Is the baby coming?
We're not sure yet. Miss Lively's been complaining of contractions, but the cervix isn't dilating.
Oh, well, tell that to Chester here. I could swear on the book of Moses this kid's about to bust out with 2 barrels blazing.
How fast are the pains coming?
Every 2 minutes.
Every 2 minutes? Isn't that close? Shouldn't she be in transition by now?
Unless it's false labor.
Oh!
suppose you're wondering why I've called you here, huh?
I think I can guess.
Can you?
Look, Lily, you don't have to let me down easy. I know you're in love with Рэйф. I can't fight that.
Well, you sure put up a pretty spirited defense out there, just the same.
Yeah, well, that's because I thought maybe we still had a chance. Now Рэйf's back in the picture. Frankly, I don't think he was ever out of the picture. Best man won.
Did he?
By default. My fault. Should have scooped you up the second you walked into town. But if Рэйf is where your happiness is, then I'm not going to stand in the way of that. That's what you want. No hard feelings.
Ted, can you ever forgive me for putting you through this?
Forgive you? For what?
Let me at least say thank you then.
Thank you for what?
Making it so easy.
I can't believe this has happened to you. I can't believe that I let this happen to you. I should have done something when I first became suspicious of Ken. I should have done something to get you away from him no matter what you said. I'm sorry. But Mama, you are going to get to the other side of this. You're going to dig deep within yourself and you're going to find the strength you need to get back that vibrant woman that I love so much. Have I ever told you how much Eden and I idolized you? Because you're the best. You're the best of everything, and you always have been. You were the smartest mom. You were the prettiest mom. You were the funniest mom. You're the strongest mom. It's just a few short years, but even in that time, you were a great role model. You're my hero, Mom. You were a great role model. You gave us enough in that short period of time to last the rest of our lives. And I know if Eden was here, she would say the same thing. And I'm sorry she's not here. I guess that means that it's up to me to make sure that you don't forget the magnificent woman you are. Because you are magnificent. Do you hear me? Can you hear me? Do you know that it would take a much better man than Ken Mathis to extinguish the light that you are and the light that you bring to this world? I'm telling you right now that he's not going to win. You have your family and we love you so much and there's no way. I'm telling you, there's no way he's going to get away with this. I promise you.
Any change, honey?
No.
Oh, baby.
Talking to her, Daddy. I don't know if it's doing any good.
Oh, I think it's doing a lot of good, baby. I think she can hear you. She's not able to respond, but I know she's listening. She's taking everything you say to heart.
I hope so.
It's going to rally her and bring her back. I know it.
Daddy. I sure hope so. Is he still out there?
Yeah, he's pacing back and forth like a caged animal. Playing the distraught husband to the hilt. I would kill him if I could.
Don't say that, Daddy. It's not worth it. These times run out anyway. You know, I think I'm gonna try and find McCabe and see if he's got anything concrete. All right, will you stay here?
Of course.
Okay. Daddy's gonna stay with you, all right? I'll be back. I'll be back.
Everybody thought I wanted to stay for myself. That was never true. It was all for Lily. Ever since she took her first step, I've wanted what was truly best for her.
Yeah, I know that. Let me tell you something. If she's half the woman her mother is, if she has half the heart, half the spirit, she'll be just fine. Okay?
Excuse us, but since Cece has disappeared and there doesn't seem to be a wedding in the offing, Reverend Wilkins has kindly offered to give me a lift home.
Well, I guess there's no reason for you to hang around, Reverend. I'll write you a check.
Well, it's regrettable things didn't work out, but as for the money, we have a food drop at the church, and it's for the Somalian relief effort. Any contributions of canned goods or non-perishable items would be most appreciated.
We'll do it.
Thank you.
And tell Ted, just tell him how sorry I am about this.
Thank you, everybody, for being so patient. Well, we have an announcement to make.
Reverend Wilkins. There's going to be a wedding after all.
You're good. Don't say anything. I'm thinking. I'm thinking how a Rhodes Scholar and a Phi Beta Kappa can be conned not once, not twice, but
4
times by a...
Selfish.
Good.
Blind.
Better.
Needy.
Don't push it.
I'm sorry.
Don't say you're sorry. I don't want to hear you say you're sorry. You've already told me that you're sorry. I want to hear something original. I want to hear something different. I'd like to hear something honest.
It's a little hard for me.
Apparently.
You must be exhausted. It must be exhausting to have to come up with all of these sneaky, low, underhanded schemes every minute, every hour, every day of your sorry little life.
Okay.
Do I look like an idiot? Is the word sucker written all over my face? Don't answer that. I've lived with this man for 5 years. I've taken this from him for 5 years. I don't need it from you, too.
May I say something?
No! Grace Lee Lively, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. You keep telling me that you don't have anything. Well, you have got everything. Your only problem is you don't know it. You know what you need?
You.
Hi, honey. It's me. Cece. Come on, I know you hear me. What I'm gonna tell you, I want you to hang on to. With all you got. Okay? First of all, I know I'm to blame for all of this. For getting into this and letting it go as far as it went. I knew Ken was no good from the beginning. I should have kept him out of your life. I'm sorry, baby. You won't get away with it, I promise you. The second thing is, I realize now how much I need you here. Beside me. I need your strength. I need you to open your eyes and curse me all day long for ever leaving you in the first place. Please, baby, open your eyes. You do that, I'll never leave your side again. I promise.
I'm the one that should be in there with her.
Not in this lifetime.
Kelly, I swear to you, I had nothing to do with your mother being here. All I want is for her to get well.
Don't let it hamper your takeover plans.
I've got the results here from the lab. You were right, Kelly. Your mother's blood tested positive for strychnine. And not just trace amounts either, but in a potentially lethal concentration.
Oh, my God.
Sophia's going to need every ounce of strength and endurance she has to beat the odds. But I have to be honest. The odds aren't favorable.
Damn you. I'm sorry, but...
It's all right. It's all right. Look who's here.
There's no way you're gonna pin this on me. No.
Hey! Where do you think you're going?
So, you can see why I can't just go home with my tail between my legs. Look, Billy is just as strapped for cash as I am. He's put himself through school and all.
They don't give scholarships to rodeo clown school?
Mason, you may think this is funny, but this baby is no joke to me. I mean, look, Chester here deserves more out of life than anything I could ever offer him. The truth is, and I am shamefaced to say it, but I don't think I can handle a kid on my own.
Gracie, have you ever thought about putting the baby up for adoption? There are several private placement services here, and Mason and I can handle the legal end of it for you.
Would I get anything out of it?
If you mean cash, it is illegal to sell babies on the open market.
I think what Gracie means is she just wants the peace of mind of knowing that her baby is put in a good and loving home.
That's right. I mean, of course I want them to love him, and I also want them to be fall down dirty rich.
Well, I'll get the Fortune 500 out right away. Excuse me.
I will go upstairs and get your room ready again. Don't worry, Gracie. We'll find just the right parents for your baby.
We've already found them, haven't we? Little Chester Capwell the First.
To be your lawful wedded husband, to have and to hold, to love and to cherish, in sickness and in health, till death do you part?
I do.
Then by the power vested in me, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now my honor and my privilege to present to you for the very first time, Mr. and Mrs. Ted Capwell.
Happy New Year, Lily. Happy life.
It's over, Mathis.
What's over?
Your happy life as a lady killer.
How many times do I have to say this? I didn't do anything to hurt Sophia. Go ask her yourself.
My mother's not in any position to say anything.
And you can do all the talking you want downtown. Search him.
This is outrageous.
I promise I'll be gentle.
Oh. Isn't that sweet?
It's a sugar substitute. Sophia uses them all the time.
I know what it is. I found a whole bunch of these at your house. Now, I'll run them by forensics, but I know what they're going to find. This makes one killer cup of coffee, my friend. Freedom is rights.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can't
Cuff
be
him.
used against you in a court of law.
Ray Phillips was a struggling male entertainer who couldn't work as a singer. So out of desperation, he put on makeup, a slinky dress, a wig, and spike heels, and he's become a sexy, sultry female singing sensation. He cross-dressed to feed his family today on Donahue.